everyone, my name is Pooja Gor and I'm an actor by profession and passion. We have a very interesting topic today, changing era. You know, when they told me about this topic, a lot of things went through my mind. I had a lot to say because it is a very broad topic. There's a lot that one can explore with this. What I realized was that I am a perfect beneficiary, or in fact, direct beneficiary to a phenomenon called the changing era. And I wanted to share my journey to explain that. So let me tell you my story. Let me take you from the start. I come from a very humble background, a middle-class family from Ahmedabad. You know, when I was in school, I was a very underconfident kid. A, because I was not a ranker. B, because I never won any medals, any trophies or prizes in any extracurricular activities or sports. Never. I had specs. And I had Bugs Bunny teeth. I did. So obviously you can imagine the confidence level was there. You know, with time, specs gave way to lenses, and of course braces solved the problem of Bugs Bunny teeth. So, well, mazboot masude aaj bhi hai. But my confidence was still pretty much low because unlike my fellow students, unlike my students in my class, I was always very unsure of what I wanted to do in life, what career I wanted to choose. You know, when we talk about career options, since generations, we've had very few options. Kya options the hum sabke paas? Engineering, doctor, teacher, MBA, CA, family ka business chalana hai, scientist, right? These were the basic options. I had added pressure because मेरी family बहुत ही academically strong है. I only have doctors and engineers in my family. And I still had absolutely no clue what I wanted to do. So basically, science अच्छा लगता था, लेकिन I knew that हमसे ना हो पाएगा भैया. Seriously. Arts का कुछ इतना idea नहीं था. So I basically, like a lot of us, took a safer route. I took commerce. I started my college. Went to my first year BCom. I believe हम सब की college में वो inter-college competitions होते हैं, pageants, talent shows होते हैं, right? Festivals होते हैं. So we had one such pageant or talent show happening in our college, and a friend of mine thought that, you know, I was decent in dancing, so probably I should take part in that competition. And I just didn't want to do that because I still felt like that ugly duckling who in school had braces and specs. Maybe I didn't want to feel embarrassed. Maybe I was so underconfident I didn't want to face people on stage. I just didn't. But she convinced me and I eventually took part. And to my surprise, I won. That was a game changer for me. I then got to represent my college on a district level, on a state level, and on national level. It was a biggest confidence booster for me. It really was a monumental moment for me. Because I actually felt invincible. I felt like मैं कुछ भी कर सकती हूँ. Later, all this got over. I came back to college, got back to my studies. Now, 10 years back, 10 साल पहले की बात है, I was 17. You remember, internet used to be a novelty. It used to be a luxury. Dial-up network का ज़माना था, dial-up connection. वो पी पी पै पै करके connect होता था, हम wait करते रहते थे, हाँ कब connect होगा. Now, I think all of us have had an MSN Messenger or a Yahoo Messenger, right? Yeah. How many of us have been to cyber and internet cafes to check our mails? Yes? How many of you have had Orkut account? Yeah. So I also had an awkward account and उस वक्त Facebook just नया आया था, लोगों को कुछ खास Facebook के बारे में पता भी नहीं था. And I was a big geek, so I basically, opened an account on Facebook, and of course, I put my best picture as my profile picture because profile picture game always strong, since then. So I did that, and few days after, I get a message on my Facebook in my DM from Balaji Telefilms account saying, hi there, we are casting for a show and we'd like to know if you would want to act and we'd like to see your audition. Now, 17-year-old girl sitting in Ahmedabad, जहाँ इंटरनेट यूज करना टैबू था, वैसे भी ऐसे छुप के इंटरनेट यूज करते थे बिकॉज पापा मम्मी पीछे से आके देखते थे कि बच्चे क्या देख रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं, राइट? दे यूज्ड टू बी स्टैंडिंग ओवर आवर शोल्डर सेइंग, ऐसे कुछ फोल्ड कर रहे हैं, ऐसे कुछ तो चल रहा है, और देख रहे थे कि हाँ बेटी क्या कर रही है, बेटा क्या चेक कर रहा है, राइट? And internet used to be a dark, dingy place. So the second I read that message, my 17-year-old brain just went, oh my God, someone wants to kidnap me. Oh my God, this is a trap. I really thought that someone sitting somewhere can kidnap me by sending this message. I don't know how, but I did. Anyway, I kind of logged out and didn't check my messages for a long time. A few days later, I had a few more messages from them, and they insisted that, I should get them in touch with my parents because they probably realized that I was very young. So that happened. They got in touch with my parents, and they called my father and said, we need an audition from her. So we sent an audition from Ahmedabad, and they liked it. And then they called my father and said, okay, fine. Now we need you to come to Mumbai to do a final look test, and that would decide my fate. Now, I knew one thing. घर पे बैठे audition जो send कर दिया, वो तो कोई भी कर सकता था. Probably that was a possibility. But to actually go to Mumbai to give that shot was a complete no-no. I knew my father was never going to agree to it. To my surprise, my father said something unthinkable. When I asked him, Papa, can we do it? He said, let's do it, beta. Let's see what's there and what it turns out, how it turns out. Because I do not want you to think, what if I had taken that opportunity? I don't want you to go through that regret. And that was the happiest day of my life. Cut to, we came to Mumbai, gave the audition. In the morning, by evening, I got to know that I've been selected, and then there was no looking back. It sure sounds amazing, it sure sounds magical, and it really was. And I was really happy with the way things turned out in my life, especially in this zone. Because of these events, and thanks to my dad, who actually held my hand all throughout, supported me, took me till my destination, and then with a heavy heart, let go of my hand so that I could pursue my dreams with freedom. I'm really thankful and grateful that these things and these people are there in my life, and it turned out like that. I asked my father later that, Papa, I was 17 years old. आपने अपनी छोटी सी बच्ची को इतने बड़े शहर में, अनजान शहर में अकेले इतनी दूर कैसे जाने दिया? You know what his answer was? He said, Beta, my era was different. Your era is different. You have the opportunities that I did not have, and I didn't want you to stop. I didn't want to stop you from exploring them. That's when I realized that this is where change has happened. That's when I realized that this is the biggest example of changing era. Change in the perception, change in the outlook, change in the opportunities. That's what had happened. With the change in the era, the horizon has broadened. We have ample opportunities around us. Just imagine, जो मेरे साथ हुआ, जिस तरीके से my journey went, that's a 1 in a million chance. I had to be lucky to be that 1 in a million. But yes, of course, I did work really, really hard to sustain that luck. Because luck will not favor who does not work hard, right? We all know that. Opportunity मिल गई, लेकिन sustain करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. Now, with the changing era, one doesn't even need to be lucky because, I mean, just imagine, we have so many options for our careers too. Who knew that being an influencer would be a legitimate career? We have a speaker amongst us to speak more about that and explore that. We have the biggest examples. Who knew that being a blogger would actually pay your bills? Who knew that giving up your day job to travel the whole world and share that experience with the people around the world would actually bring up your bank balance? Who knew that these things would happen? Today, if you are passionate about something and if you're talented about it, you can project that to the world while sitting in the comfort of your own living room. With the rise in social media, with the rise in the digital era, with the rise in technology, it is possible. People have become self-made, self-reliant, self-sufficient, thanks to the rise in the era. Today, starting a business, or even the thought of it, doesn't seem like a mammoth task. You can give a kickstart to your business by probably doing something as little as opening a social media account and then taking it forward. We have biggest examples of people who have made it big through YouTube. Bhuvan Bham, Superwoman, Prajakta Kohli, Riksha Wali, Kannan Gill, and the list goes on and on. How amazing is that? But we need to remember that this is not just because of the rise in the digital era and because of technology. It is also because of the contribution of all those men and women who paved a path for us, who took the road less traveled, who pushed the envelope and made this place and made this era a better place than it was before. It is the combination of that. And I'm really happy that I am a part of a changing era where all this is possible. All of us are a lucky bunch. We're a fortunate bunch. Me, you guys are sitting here. Everyone who's listening to me through this channel, we are a fortunate bunch that we have these opportunities. As much as it makes me happy that these are the changes that have happened positively, we also cannot look away from the things, the facts that haven't changed with the change in the era. In fact, they have worsened. Crime, social stigma, religious issues, atrocities that people face. We can't look away from those facts. Over years, the different shows that I've done, Pratigya, Savdhan India, they have helped me. Because of these shows, I've come across a lot of incidents and a lot of stories of people who have been through real stuff, and it breaks my heart to read those letters and emails when they come to me. And I can only hope that things will get better. Just a few months back, I was working with a company to spread awareness. I'd gone to a few villages to educate women and girls about menstrual health and hygiene. I came face to face with really harsh facts. I got to know that these girls, little girls in 8th, 9th standards, get uprooted from school as soon as they get their periods. They don't get to go outside and play. They're confined to household chores. They're treated as untouchables. Still, not just little girls, but women also. And then it hit me. I need to do something. We need to do something. We can do something. Why aren't we working harder to change that? With the changing era, the change should have come there too, right? We can make it happen. We are the youth. We're the future of the country. It is in our hands to make this society a better place for the future generation to come. It really is, and not just this issue, any cause that is close to your heart. Whether it is doing something for the senior citizen or for the environment, for rape victims, for orphans, for acid attack victims, for the families of martyrs of our country, anything. we must contribute as little as we can or as much as we can. Because if we have got it, we need to give it forward. We are lucky to have had that, and we are reaping fruits of people who have worked really hard for us, and we're living a better life. We need to make a better life for people forward. We need to do that. That should be our moral responsibility, and that has to be our purpose as a society on the whole. And I really, really hope I can contribute or do something to inspire even a few people, that I can give my contribution to make an impact in even one person's life. I really hope to see an era with gender equality, with safer society, with equal opportunities, and a reality as beautiful and wonderful as our dreams. The era is always going to be changing because change is the only constant. But here's hoping that with the change in the era, may we all have compassion for other human beings. May we have passion for the work we do. And may our purpose as a generation be to take this society towards a brighter, a more evolved era. Thank you for giving me this platform, and thank you for being a wonderful audience. Thank you.